A.G.E annihilates the pack in qualifying for another pole position. Cornwall right up alongside from Spiker and your boy. Palomino then takes a good performance with P5. Now it's Grumpy getting another P6 from Max Adler and Dave Secchiera, with Vital Alves and Rayo running off the top 10. Levi starts 11th from his teammate Lam Fong in P12. The bomb half great start off by Wada and Fiducci. Boxer on 15th from Matthew Hart in 16th. Brad Grumpy for Red Bull starts 17th from Mohamed Salah and Ultra Bro in 19th. Finally from bottom 5 we have Ocampo de Randao, Versio, Livery, and finally UK Ball once more. Well, it's most certainly Andale annihilating the streets of Singapore in qualifying. He got pole in the sprint race, quali. He got pole in the sprint, and he got pole for the main race. Well, the lights are already out, so pretty late saying, but yeah, it's lights out, and away we go. Cornwall off to a good start and maintains second place. Spiker getting a penalty early on once more. Your boy involved in a bit of an incident there, as his car seems to have had a little bit of a bounce. Cornwall already trying to attack Andale, getting pretty close to him, but the German off to a good start in the Audi. So he'll be just hoping to remake his sprint race performance. Yeah, it seems like some of the usually quick drivers are qualifying pretty badly around here. Maybe the drivers are just too quick for the circuit, and the cars just aren't performing well because of it. Maybe it's something like that, I don't know. But anyways, Max Adler in P6 here won the race last time out. Obviously not a sprint race, but he did win the main race of Japan. Livery picking up penalties. So many people toward the back getting penalties early on in this race, and it is a massive squabble here. That's pretty the best way you can start it. Rocket Grumpy getting damage possibly there with a bit of contact. Yes, he has got damage on his car now, as Livery on the outside line will want to try and get that place. He does get it. Grumpy being aggressive with his maneuvers, and that's cost him 3 places at once right there. Okay, well, just on the back of everyone, surviving without damage somehow in the back part of the grid. But yeah, we're now on to lap 2 in this race here in Singapore. And oh, very aggressive move from Eduardo and from Dave Secchiera, who holds 9th place, for everyone able to take that off of him. Victor Levi there in 12th, Versio picking up a 5-second time penalty. He's now into 10. He's now got 10 seconds of penalties into 22nd place. Going for a move on his teammate Grumpy going into him. Yeah, it's very dangerous driving by Grumpy, if I'm going to be honest. It's unlike him as well. And camera switching over to UK Ball, who moves on the inside of Silla. Penalty for the Briton with that interesting overtake. And Cornwall just losing sight now of Chaos Handley, and something has happened in the middle sector. Matthew Hart has got a penalty, but Ultra seems to be struggling. He has got damage, and Ultra gets penalised for that collision right there as well. The two McLarens are Ocampo de Randao, P17 and P80 just looking at the Ferrari right ahead. And it is a 2-second lead now for Chaos Handley as he enters lap 3, and he takes the fastest lap with him. So just looked unfazed in this race so far, just like in the sprint race. He is currently looking at the moment for a perfect weekend. Just obviously fast lap's just not included there, because I'm sure Silla who took the fast lap in the sprint race. But he's got pole in both qualifying sessions. He's won the sprint race. He's currently looking to win the main race. However, it is very early on. Strategies can make a massive difference around here, so Audi just need to get the right strategy, and Chaos Handley could be on for a 3rd career win if all goes right for him today. And looking a little further back, there is Livery ahead of Versio, trying to get ahead of Ocampo now. He's close to the orange McLaren, and to go on board with the Opel. He's got some pretty good pace using his battery as well down the straight. And there is contact there. Livery and Ocampo do touch, and they touch again. 2 touches in 2 corners. But luckily for them, it doesn't seem to be any damage. So there's no penalties given out there for them bits of contact. And as we head on to lap 4, Cornwell comes into the pit lane. So yeah, it's going to be a very important outlap here for Chris Cornwell. She needs to try and get into a bit of a gap. The Audi Vanuatu is coming down into the pit lane, never mind. I was looking at someone else in that, I guess. But there's Cornwell coming out in 8th position. Ferrucci is right ahead. However, this isn't too bad for the hyperdrive. It could have been a lot worse. Oh, into the wall goes Ahmed Silla. Right there at turn 3. David Sekira's got a 5-second penalty for that. I think it's for that anyways. So left with damage to his car and he's missing half of the front wing now. That's not good. Palomino gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision and the Jaguar. As we go back on board with Cornwell, who's looking to the inside here of Hooks Ferrucci. Into the corner, Ferrucci gets penalised for that. And Cornwell is up into 7th with a little bit of damage onto her car. And going straight off the track is Daniel Bogdasarov. One warning for track limits right there. Yeah, going way wide. Levi making contact with Cornwell. They're literally rubbing against each other. That's just not even proper racing, that. As David Sekira has got a penalty, Andale is into the pits. And I don't know if this outlap has been enough for Cornwell to reclaim the lead off of Andale. So reclaim, and Cornwell never had the race lead so far. But here's Andale leaving the pits. Cornwell is coming down the main straight now. There is Chaos Andale, and he's managed to just get the jump on Cornwell. So Chris Cornwell stays 2nd place. Chaos Andale stays 1st. And he's on soft tyres, so he's going to be going pretty much for the equivalent of a splash and dash pit stop. So in this case it's with tyre compounds. Ocampo leaving the pit lane now. He's managed to stay ahead here of Ultimo. And off the track into the wall goes Dominic Benedetto. Revo, the one who's got penalised for that. Palomino getting close to Victor Levi, who's stayed out for quite some time now in Toro Rosso, and yeah, he's obviously just got no pace at this stage, but he makes contact with Palomino. Levi has got to be careful. He's already got a penalty, and off the track and out of the race goes Nice Crumply. The Apex GP just couldn't stop the car in time. He slipped into the wall and he's out of this race. No one though near the pit lane, so that shouldn't affect pit stops or anything. Yeah, it's obviously quite unfortunate for the Apex GP driver. As we go on board with our race leader. And they probably would have been hoping for some more pace than what he's showed so far. And it's been an awful restart. A drastic restart. For Chaos Andale, he loses so much time to Chris Cornwell there. Dalboxer has picked up a 5-second penalty and out of the race goes to Benedetto. This time it's a hit in the wall which he will not survive, unlike last time. Victor Levi benefiting off of a virtual safety car here. He's coming into the pits and he's going to get that full pit stop done under the VSC. Incredible stuff from him there. And he's going to leave his pit box and he's P9. Yeah, things couldn't be timed any better for the Toro Rosso driver. So I guess someone will be impacted by the pit stops. But he has now got a tyre advantage over everyone else on this grid. So yeah, these drivers may have to be a little bit careful for the Toro Rosso, because tyres can make a pretty big difference at times. And Levi looking to the inside, no room to get a move done yet. You can see that gap, but he can't go for the move just yet. Magdasarov in that black Mercedes, which looks incredible at night racing, may I add, does lose that place to Levi. He's now down into 9th, and his battery's just stopped working. His car is in a crippled state now. He needs to manage his car back to the pit lane. because that car cannot drive on for much longer now. Sadly, it's just a matter of time before the car stops working properly, as Ultra gets a fast competitive forward, causing a collision. On the inside, Revo moves up into 9th place ahead of Bogdasarov. Levi in 8th position, not far from Max Adelaide. Dave take care of a 10-second time penalty. He's also right there, his tyres are worn out though. He's going to come into the pits at the end of the lap. And no one has followed him in. Yeah, 10 seconds, that's a lot of time to serve. And in the first sector, someone's in the wall. It's Marcus Adelaide. He is into the wall. Levi's the one who must have caused that, as Revo just avoids touching Adelaide there. But yeah, that's going to be a big bit of damage to Marcus's race today. As Sergio's going to leave the pits. He's in P21 though. Ahmed Sell in P22. Last place is not going to catch Sergio, who comes out the pits ahead of the Opel. But yeah, I most likely didn't predict any of the race winners we've had this season. Chris Handley though, winning some form of racing event though, that was probably expected. But I'm talking about main races, and currently Handley is looking to win this race here. Things been going right for him. However, he needs a good final stint and a good choice tyre if he wants to win this race. Otherwise, this could go in the hands of Chris Cornwell. And here we go, Chris Handley coming on the final corner, and he is now into the pit lane. Chris Cornwell promoted up to race leader. If she could try and hold on, well, she could become the race winner in Formula 1. However, don't discount Andaleo because he is a quick driver. Many drivers are getting past. Victor Levi is going to be one of those as well, I think. Yep, right on the pit exit. Andaleo has to be behind Levi, I guess. He's got 12 seconds. No, he's got like 14 seconds, I'm going to say. Yeah. 14 seconds to make up if he wants to try and win this race. It is lap 8 right now. He's gone until the very end of the race, lap 15. Finucci in the pits. Crumply in the pits. Bogdasarov also into the pits. He's managed a long way with his destroyed car. And he just has to stand there. Or sit there for 10 seconds while he waits. And lane P6 not making any progress on recovery really. He made some progress, not much though, because he needs to try and get himself ahead of Victor Levi, and he's been unable to do that so far. He's not been able to get past Toro Rosso. He's managed to hold on really well. Like he's deploying his battery at all the right times. Adelaide on the inside. Eduardo gets a penalty, obviously for separate incident to be frame fields for that one though. Yeah, Eduardo, he's currently locked into a fight with Valves. He's ahead of Valves. These tyres are very worn out and they're not going to last long. And here is Valves looking to the outside, but he's not going to push it too much. He's going to wait for the exit here, where he's deploying his battery, and that's going to give him some good pace. Heading into the final few corners, he moves ahead. I'm from there in P9. Moving obviously inside line with Eduardo, gives up the place. Ocampo also gets through up into 11th. That's 2 places lost for Eduardo as he's going to come into the pit lane there at the end of the lap he is in. Chaos Adelaide now stuck behind your boy. He's going to be stuck behind many drivers for a while at the moment. Virals onto a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. So yeah, Al's just got to be careful. Many drivers are getting caught up with penalties and stuff today. And I'm sure Adelaide is not going to be happy with his team right now. He's got a 4-lap time that he's been unable to use it because he's been stuck behind many drivers. As there is contact there with your boy, no damage though to the cars of either. Your boy would have already had damage. Because if one driver gets damaged, the other one will also have damage. And Lane not having damage means your boy doesn't have any. But here we go into the corner. There is contact this time, and still no damage. I don't know how, but yeah, Andalay better thank his car for being pretty secure. As Victor Levi gets closer and closer to Andalay, but not close enough. The hard tyres are really wearing out though, and they're not going to last long. 6 laps to go. Into the pits, come Douglas Palavito and your boy. Adelaide promote into P3 now. And looking at the tyre percentages, I don't think it's possible here for Cornwall to get to the end. Adelaide may have this one in the bag, possibly, as Michael getting pretty aggressive on his defence. So Cornwall's hopes now pretty much shattered today for winning, but Ahmed Salah is out. His hopes of finishing are gone. So he's retired at the very last corner. Versio is not going to lose as much time on the virtual safety car. He's obviously got to serve 10 seconds of penalties. That's a lot of penalties to be serving. And there we go, medium tyres on for him. So obviously it's not really going to be a 10-second loss. It's obviously going to be less than that. The VSC is ending though now. And we go green. And like getting close to Spiker CD. And now heading into the hairpin. Spiker stays ahead of Handley. He's pulling up a very good defence here, and it most certainly must be irritating Handley. And he's just stuck behind the Williams and able to get past because drivers have been so aggressive here today. The ones who are attacking are trying to be cautious. And this might finally be the overtake for Handley as Spiker comes in aggressively, slapping into the side of the Audi. Cornwall into the pit lane, changing on to tyres. They are mediums on for him. Spiker's in the pits. Handley is going to reclaim his race lead, which he had for so long. Obviously that race lead disappeared. His tyres though will be probably very worn out soon, and Cornwall's going to lead the pit lane. Compared to Handley, he's not going to have as much time to make up compared to what Handley would have had. So let's just see what this 3-lap tyre advantage can do for Cornwall. Palomino, though, on the very edge of a podium. He's in P3, which is enough for a podium. However, does Palomino have the pace to maintain it? Currently in a net race second due to Levi's penalty, your boy is actually the one in a net race P3 at the moment. Cornwall, though, is probably going to take that away, because she is very quick at the moment. I mean, you can most certainly see that in the pace that Cornwall is showing on this outlap. So don't count her out from possible race victory here, as Palomino takes the penalty, and that's not good. And in the middle sector, into the wall, slamming into it, goes Ocampo, who is now out of the race. The McLaren has retired. So yep, obviously you all know what happens. Everyone slows down to a slow speed, and the drivers get a chance to, recharge the batteries and stuff. It's a nice moment to have a breather, maybe discuss strategy with the race engineers. Who knows? But anyways, second down to fifth, all locked in for the very close range of each other. Victor Levi comes into the pit lane. That's an easy position gain for Cornwall. This could be another reason one. It is your boy, who doesn't really put up a fight. Cornwall this time is the one who's being aggressive, slamming into the side of the Mercedes. But now she's in a net race P2 right now. And Levi's just serving that penalty. His aim will probably be to go out the pits ahead of Marcus Adelaide. And it looks like it's going to be a close one here. Adelaide can see Levi, but unfortunately for Adelaide, he will not be ahead of Levi. Levi stays ahead, and that means P7 should easily be on the cards for the Toro Rosso driver. If Boxarov has now got a 5-second penalty, the gap to Adelaide out in front is coming down. That's obviously going to be a bit of a concern for Adelaide. I can see ourselves getting a battle for the race lead by the time the end of the race comes. And the tyres have got visible wear in them. And that's when you know the tyres well and truly are falling off. Cornwall's not getting close enough to Palomino, who has got very worn out tyres, you can see by the massive grains in them. The driver just hoping to get a podium, but that's looking very unlikely with the positioning of the drivers just behind him. And on to lap 13, It is Andale still leading, and looks like Bogdasarov's been involved in something. Oh no, that's not Bogdasarov. It is Davis A.G.E who's involved. Oh no, it's UKB actually, sorry. He's the one missing like 99% of his front wing. So yeah, his disastrous day is going to get even worse as Ravo is coming in for his third stop. Wow, I didn't know he could get that many in a race like this. Hey, Adelaide's also in for the third stop. Palomino comes out the pit to P6. Obviously, yeah, Palomino had put the onboard of that on just through the halo camera. And Cornwell has obviously been set free. And there is Chaos Adelaide. These two may actually scrap it out here for the race win. And who knows, if they crash into each other, we could possibly see a win for your boy. I highly doubt that though, considering how bad his tyres are. I feel like Spiker's gonna get your boy. But yeah, now Adelaide needs to put up a massive defence here. Eduardo for a 5-second penalty, but that's not the important thing right now. The important thing in this race is the battle for the lead. Now if Cornwell wants to win this, she needs to really push for the final 2 laps, including the rest of this lap. And something's happened there. Eduardo seems to have been involved. Considering the cameras just cut to him. I can't tell. He's cycling along the drivers, can't really see anything. But here we go, Cornwell now right close up to Adelaide. And on to the penultimate lap of the race. Cornwell will take the lead, covering off Adelaide at the first corner as well, to make things even worse. For the German driver, it was looking like a dream weekend for Adelaide, but it's went so wrong on the strategy. Oh, Adelaide, that could have been such a good race for you, but you've messed it up. Audi messed up on the strategy in the perfect weekend is not gonna happen. It looked like it was gonna happen, but nope. That hope has faded away. And currently it's looking like a Cornwell victory. Cornwell still yet to win a race. Hyperdrive still yet to win a race this season. It is the fastest sector 1 for Nicholas Palomino. So yeah, he is pretty quick at the moment, and the top 5 finish could be possible. But in the middle sector, drifting and catching the car goes your boy. Spiker has a penalty, so he must have went into the back of him. But I can't believe that. Your boy, well done. You managed to catch a drift in a high horsepower rear wheel drive car. How have you managed to do that? Yeah, that there was just crazy. That can't believe that. Also, yeah, your boy for quite some time has been one of the most unsuccessful drivers in this league, simply due to the fact that he beat in one race and didn't do well in it. But look at this. On to the last lap. He's currently looking at a podium place, but the issue is his tyres are down to 1%. Which means that podium dream is gonna disappear. And the puncture has started. And there we go. The beginning of the end has happened for your boy, and this is where the race has just collapsed for the drivers. But Victor Levi, though, currently looking at a possible podium for Toro Rosso right now. He's within 5 seconds of Spiker, so Spiker's going to drop off the podium. He's most certainly lost a lot of places so far this season. It's very unfortunate, but those are stuff of his own errors. Cornwell, though, pulling out a massive 4-second lead, showing that she has the better pace compared to Chaos Andale. Davis A.G.E picking up a 5-second penalty. His race has been awful today. But for Chris Cornwell, well, it was an alright season, Jaguar. Not as good as Finucci's, close to a win in Monza. But for Cornwell, she joins Hyperdrive for 2024 and has just went ahead and won the Singapore Grand Prix by an absolutely crushing margin. Chaos Andale, his perfect weekend has been destroyed by Hyperdrive. He's only going to come home for P2, and he finishes 7 seconds behind. Spiker CV finishes 3rd on track, but it's going to be Victor Levi, who stands on the podium for Toro Rosso for the first time ever in only his 3rd Grand Prix weekend. He is a podium sitter. Hux Fiducci will be coming across the line for P7 on track. Your boy in P9 with that puncture, or the full car puncture, is just there, just hoping to salvage something. But I don't know if he's even going to stay in the points winning positions here or not. It's going to be very undecided. I don't know what's going to happen. Versio across the line for race position from Lampard and Ultra. There's so many other drivers coming across the line. Your boy will finish this one P16. However, penalties is going to promote him back up into the points. Eduardo full car puncture will finish P20 with a 10-second penalty. You're just waiting for him now. But there we go, 3 different winners in 3 races. And it is victory for Chris Cornwell, who finally stands on the top step of the podium. Hyperdrive's first win of the season. And yeah, it's been an incredible race for those who have not got that good cars or that good risk. They've most certainly capitalised off of the good guys struggling. And yeah, they've shown incredible race pace and talent today. I'm sure many teams will be looking for these drivers in the future. Stanley, his perfect weekend got completely ruined with P2 result there, and Victor Levi stands on the podium for the first time ever. And with that, now let's listen to the British National Anthem. So go Cornwell winning to the judge from Andalay and Levi, then after that is Palomino, Spiker, Ravo, Versio, Ultra, Vitarals, Hux Fiducci, Livery, Lamfong, Your Boy, Now Maxarov, Dave Sakiro, Matt Huntley, Max Adelaide, Cable, Matthew Hart and Carl Salvado. Ocampo, Stella, Nevada, and has quickly all retired from the race. And as if the Singapore Grand Prix round 3 of 18 is done. So there we go. That's our first 3 races completed. We'll see you next time for round 4 when the Apex F1 series returns.